Well, here we are talking today to Liz Blake from Lateral Inside Business Consultants, and she's consulting in the area of leadership and development and education. Liz, tell us about this incredible program coming up, Vote Your Values In, on the 24th and 25th of October.
Thank you very much for having me, Warwick. It's a real pleasure to be here and an honour. Um, so, when we put on a program, and this is an entirely bespoke program, um, like created from scratch for the Victorian election, but when we create a program, it is to do with specifically to solve a problem, a very real and painful problem. And so the two problems I see in Victoria, only two, the two problems I see in Victoria at the moment are that we have aggressively gone to anti-morals and anti-values, and we're talking universal values. Um, and the second that is specific to this election is that people don't know why they would change a lifetime of habit in voting, or why they would go to some trouble in their vote, a little bit of trouble in their vote, and they don't know how to make their vote in the peculiar. Victoria has a ballot system that is a preferencing system that is a little bit peculiar and different from all other states. So people don't know how to direct their vote so that it will land up in the place or with the values that they intended.
If I understand correctly, Victoria's very the the preference system, and particularly in the upper house, is very critical, and it needs to be understood. Is that right?
That is correct. It at first glance, because most people, and this was me only a few years ago, most people have no idea about the ballot thing. We get a page and we don't really know what it is, and two pages, and it's but in the Victorian system, there is this long white sheet, and it looks like to be bigger than the federal one. And that's the one with the above the line and the below the line. Now, a few months ago, we voted in the federal system, where there's preferencing in that above the line, below the line option, and so people would be probably thinking, because of behaviour, how we take on behaviour habits very quickly, they'll be thinking that it works the same in Victoria, and it doesn't. And that's where we need the education.
Yeah, and it's very, very important. I mean, we will be releasing ourselves through the Australian Christian Values Institute a red and green tick box of all about 20 different questions that we ask the different political parties. And people are often very surprised at what the parties actually believe. What I find, Liz, is that political parties try to actually hide what they really believe about values, because in some ways they're most of them are working in a moral vacuum. They actually don't have values. The only value is power and how to get it. And I say that with great sadness, not with great joy. And it's becoming increasingly so. Your comment?
Yes, well, that has been the case, and it is largely the case, that's for sure. So we've put in, when I say we, there's people behind me who collaborate just behind the scenes. I'm collaborating behind the scenes as well. I am seeing that we've come to a crunch though, and while there is that wishy-washiness pervasive among most parties, there are some that are standing for values, and some independent candidates too. But there are some standing for values now, and who are willing to have a voice about that. And we've also seen some that have demonstrated values as well, some key values as well. And so it's what they say and what they do what we're taking into consideration.
And that's a very important point, Liz, because a lot of people say to us, how do you make your assumptions, or how do you work out what your criteria? Our criteria is not what they say, but what they actually do, what they've said publicly, not privately, no private letters, what they actually have said publicly, what they put in the public record in speeches or in votes. And of course, that is very, very telling. I think what you're doing is incredible, my sister, so I congratulate you on that. Um, when will this be happening and how can people get involved? That's the million dollar question.
Thank you. Okay, so there are two sessions that I'm promoting. A two-session program, and that is on the. They are 60 minutes each, 1 hour each, and it's like one flows into number two, the second day, but they are also able to be watched independently as well. They'll be live streamed, and I would really encourage that because there is a lot more that you get from a live stream. But we'll also have the recordings as well because we all have different time frames. But so there's the 24th and 25th, and they'll be all the information is in the link voteyourvaluesin.com. So that's the link you want to go to, and so that's voteyourvaluesin.com. It's just one word, and all the information is there. But what I haven't put up front, there's a little hint of it in that inside that link, is that I actually will be putting on a bonus session, just at the beginning of when early polling starts, and this is according to the Victoria Electoral Commission, their time schedule, because at that point, and this is the peculiarity of Victoria, at that point, all the parties will have had to declare their preferences and they're not allowed to change them after that. So to kind of refine some points for those who are more motivated, that's what I'm holding that third session for. We will give enough in the first two sessions for people to vote well, but to really refine it for the more highly motivated, which are far fewer people, that will be hopefully more by then, that there will be another session on third session. That's will make a difference, yes.
Well, Liz, it's just incredible to talk to you, and I congratulate you on what you're doing. And certainly, we would encourage people to consider, booking in for your seminar, a two-part seminar, 2-day seminar, 1 hour each, and linking in with you because they need to know how to vote. They need to know about the parties. We will be also releasing our own Christian Values checklist, and we'll be doing other things besides. But again, thank you, Liz, for your help, and thank you for what you're doing. It's incredible. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. May I add one last comment, Warwick? And thank you so much. But just so people know, this is quite a different program to what anything they would have experienced before. This is undergirded with a high engagement support background. So I'll be providing a platform, non-Facebook platform, where people who register can join the conversation in a private group, join the conversation right from when they register right through to the election and beyond. And so that makes a massive difference. And that touches on the area of we are becoming a people. This is cultural as much as political. We are becoming. And so these conversations are so important. The program itself is I'm really going to a lot of trouble to, although there is a clear message for values in there, to present a balanced and fair presentation, and it's not attached to any party, and I think that's probably the most important points. Thank you so much, Warwick.
Great to talk to you, Liz. Keep up the great work, and we'll catch up soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Authorised by Warwick Marsh, 1A227 Cordo Road, Mount Kembla, New South Wales 2526.